Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where if you are enjoying the series, I would ask that you please consider leaving a like, a comment or a subscription. Any or all help the channel grow and they help get it out in front of other people, so thank you very much to those of you that do that. Now, in our last episode we finally got our aluminium going and we are uploading them into the dimensional storage, which is great, and that's why we're over here at the basically the hub today, because I want to start doing some of that. So we actually have a choice, and I've already made my decision, although you may disagree with me. If we look at tier 8, not tier 8, tier 7, which is where we currently are, we can now get logistics. We can get the tier 5 conveyors, which is amazing. However, I want the hover pack. I mean, that's kind of just where it is. So let's start getting this put in there. So we need to get that. We then need, what's that, computers there upstairs and the aluminium. So let's go and grab the computers. We can grab the motors on the way back down, and then we can pull the aluminium from the dimensional depot. Yeah, good, we've got 100 there, excellent. So we'll grab that. Computers we are making, and we've got them all the way over here, so we need 100 of those. That's fine. There's one, there's 100. We should have motors down here. There we go. 100, 250. And then we've got the aluminium sheets. So then it's the heavy modular frames. Now, where are we bringing those back? Feel like it's over here. Yeah, HFF Nexus. Yeah, so this is where we're bringing back the heavy modular frames. So we should have, yep, some over here. Excellent. Cool. I mean, I feel like I'll just grab a stack or two more. In fact, let's grab 4 stacks. And then we can start sending some up, so that we've got some, you know, in storage as well. Because we're not actually putting any of those in the dimensional depot, so we may as well get that done. So that's then going to give us the hover pack, which is going to be great because that's going to really help our building and moving around. So I'm really pleased around that. And then immediately the one after that is going to be, you know, tier 5 logistics. But what the plan is going to be for today, once we've, you know, got the hover pack, is we're going to start looking at getting the words are escaping me. There we go, send it.
Milestone reached. The hover pack draws energy from nearby power connections, and so can only be used in their vicinity. It provides an excellent vantage point of your work, which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Love it. Right, there's the hot jetpack. Right, so what do we need for that? We need just some more computers. Okay. Alright. I mean, have we got... We haven't got computers in... We probably should, actually, though. Let's go and grab... Because while we're thinking about it, have we got... We've got everything we need on us to do that. Okay. So let's head up and let's get that done. Oh, I forget how high... There's a long way up. Right, okay. So we can start uploading computers as well. Right. There we go. Dimensional depot. That way round. We can put a Mark 1 in because we can't upload faster than that at the moment. Yeah, 30 a minute. So that's absolutely no problem. But now we've got computers going in there. That's fine. We'll grab a stack. And then we're going to go and make the hover pack, which I'm super excited about. And then, like I say, the plan for today, because we've got to wait for the pod to come back. Oh, that's only going to be a few minutes. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so the plan for today is we will then get on with getting our aluminium casings ready. And I think we're going to use the 2 more banks. There we go. 1 hover pack. Oh, Love it. Okay. So the hover pack is great because it means as long as we're in range of a power pole, we haven't got to worry about running out of flight juice. So it's great for while you're doing your bases. It's not good for when you're out exploring. So that's where it's got its different sort of purpose, as it were. But it does mean that we can, you know, come get all these overviews. So that's good. Happy with that. So yeah, I kind of want to just wait for the pod to come back and then get the tier 5. There we go, and then we turn it off. Yeah, I want to get the tier 5 done. So let's hover. Okay. So I'm going to make a quick cut here for you guys, just so you don't have to wait for those 2 minutes, because I'm genuinely not going to go anywhere. I want to get the aluminium. I want tier 5 logistics. So we can, I suppose... Oh, it... I won't let us put it in there, but we can start getting it pulled together, I suppose. So we need more aluminium sheets. Fine. We need then 600 reinforced iron plates. Well, let's grab those. 400 encased industrial beams. Right, where were we making the reinforced plates? I feel like that was over here. Yep. So let's sort that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So that's that done. Then we can come up here. And I think the rail... Well, I mean, to be fair, we've connected all the lights up here, so we're all good for travelling along. But we can get the reinforced concrete. Actually, no, we've got... I think we're bringing some back over here, aren't we? As part of... No, not that. That's taking ore around. That's not what we're looking for. I think we've got some in... Yeah, in here. Save us flying all the way back over. Lovely. Cool. So then when that pod comes back... Actually, I've not had to make the cut, because basically that running round has taken up the time that we would have cut for. So then we'll be able to get tier 5 logistics, which is fantastic. And then, like, what would our bit afterwards? So the hazmat suit. Okay, so then we can start looking into nuclear. Yeah, okay. So that's when we can start getting into drone tech. Yeah, and then we get drones there, but we need cases. Then we got nuclear, advanced aluminium, leading edge, particle enrichment, and then phase 9, which I've never touched before. So we want this. There we go, and we've got tier 5 belts. Ah, that's so good.
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mark 5. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
Lovely as always, Ada. Right, so we're now going to head back and we're going to get on with like the actual bit that we were going to try and do today, which is going to be the aluminium casings. So I'm going to head back over there and then we will start doing the maths. So I will catch up with you guys in just a moment. Okay, so here we are. We are back at our aluminium factory. So one of the first things I want to have a look at is actually what we've got going on down here, because I don't believe we're going to be handling enough water. So we currently got, what's that, 4 times 120 is 480 plus this 78, so then that's 480 plus 78 is 558. And we've currently got 300 coming over here, which means we've got 258 left to deal with. And we are sending it up here, where we're using 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So we can, in theory, actually like double this, and because we're going to need to get rid of that water. That's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We need to get rid of that water. So it's then just a case of, well, what's our best way of getting rid of that water? So, I mean, I'm worried we're not going to have enough copper. I mean, we can... Why has view stopped? 75 a minute. Why is that... Oh, that looks like it's still trying to get rid of its... Oh, that'll do it. Yeah. So these ones that are overclocked need a faster lift to get rid of all of their ingots. Okay. So that's going to have been a problem there, which hopefully we're now going to be handling that. You guys will be fine, yeah, because you're not doing enough to go past there. But that is now causing a bit of a backlog. I kind of need to see this go. Or, you know, we could make use of our new Tier 5 belts. Because, you know, we've got them now. Why not? Because we can just run the excess out faster. There, voila. Okay, so that's then going to get rid of a chunk more there. Beautiful. Okay. So that's hopefully going to help clear that backlog. Keep these guys running at full speed, which it looks like it is. Which is excellent. Okay. So then we need to figure out what we're going to do with the extra water. Now, what we can do, because we are going to need this, if we were to look at... let's have a look. No, not a miner. Not a packager. Why is my brain failing me? If we look at a refinery, we could steam the water here just to try and burn the rest off. And then we don't actually care how much we use, because we can then just sink the rest of it. But we are going to need to get that done. So I'm thinking, if we do that... But where's the best place to do that? Like... I mean, I'm not thinking there. If we... Because we've got a lot going that way. What? Bring it back down here? Because then we can feed it into that awesome sink as well. So if we do that... And we do, I don't know, 2. Configure the refinery to be doing... copper ingots. Or the copper sheets. We then overclock these to the 9s. So they're going to use 56 water a minute. So that's then... Okay. So let's actually clear out what we've got. So, hang on. Why did you stop? Did you run out of water? Why did that stop? Yeah, it ran out of water. That shouldn't be the case. Okay, I wonder if it's because we've got this pipe after the junction. So let's move that. Where are we? Logistics, Mark II pipe. Because then we can... that should keep it exactly as it was, but it should force it equally into this one as well. Because I wonder if basically it was sucking it all the way through because it was forcing it upstairs. Maybe. I don't know. But effectively, right, you now can't... you haven't got rid of your scrap. That's fine. Yeah, you've not got rid of your scrap. Okay, so that's why we're fine at the moment, because we've not actually started getting rid of all of the other scrap. So let's get that going. Although that needs to be plugged in over there. There we go. That's going to get them going. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's get the casings done, and then we can figure out dealing with the extra water, because at the moment we don't know how much water we need to get shot off because it's all backed up. So, no. Casings, there we go. Aluminium casings. Oh, look, even the correct spelling. Right, so this is just going to be at a constructor. And that's 3 into 2. Okay, so let's look at our constructor. How many does it need? There it is, aluminium casings. So that needs 90 a minute. Okay. How much are we making with these guys? So that's 30, 60, 90. Okay, well that works out really well actually, maths-wise. Because then that means that's 1 constructor, 2 constructor, 3. That's 4 constructors worth. That's nothing. Okay. So I think we probably want to try and throw that down over here. Because that is going to be dead easy to do. Right, and then let's look. Ah, so glad we got the hover pack. Right, then we can put the splitters in here. And then if we've got 90 times 4, that's 360. Okay, so Mark IV will cover that. And then we need Mark IIs into each of them. Put our floor hole there. Oh, there's that. There's that. You guys are making aluminium casings. Oh, nah, actually, I'm just remembering. This was an excellent bit I was given. So, key bindings. I was told, and I completely forgot this, because I've got a mouse with side buttons. Where is cut and paste? Why have I not just... copy. There we go. Right. Okay, pressing the mouse button. Mouse 5. Okay. And then... clipboard paste. Oh, that's currently set to dismantle filter. No, actually. Because I forgot that's what I was using it for. Okay. In which case, we probably want paste to be that. Yes. Because then I can still copy. Copy. And then I can just paste like that. Okay, that makes life easier. Okay. I've just got to remember I've done that now then. Right, so let's grab the lift here. We're going to want a merger. Where did we put our lift? Here. Okay, so that's there. So let's put the merger here. We're then going to want... I mean, we can have Mark IIIs going in here. Okay, you don't like straight, curved, default. Okay. But you're happy with it there? Or not? Okay, but you will do it from there. Then we're going to need a Mark IV lift to come up to the ceiling. And then we want Mark IV belt over there. Cool, so that's going to start those guys feeding out. We're then going to want to bring power over for these guys. Awesome. And then logistics, no, not logistics, organisation, industrial storage. Pop that there. Grab a dimensional depot, pop that there. And then this time we want mergers. Okay. And how much are you spitting out a minute? 60 a minute. Okay, so Mark 1 belts are fine in here. And then I think we'll just grab Mark 4 again. Cool. There's our casings. That's going to start feeding in. And then we want to grab this smart splitter. Then we're going to take that belt out there. And a merger in. Feed that in there like that. And then that only needs to be Mark IV, but we can feed that in as well. Although actually we don't need to do that, because it doesn't matter if the aluminium gets backed up. Which, wow, it looks like that is already full. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So that's all good there. So then that's going to start getting all of that done, which is good. Cool, okay. Which means that's all going to start feeding up here. I mean, to be fair, we probably should deal with all of that overflow. Just because it's the sensible thing to do. So let's put that back there. Feed that in there. Grab one of these. Put that in there. Right, and then that's now going to be overflow. And that's going to be overflow as well. Okay. Though that should take a while to get the overflow. Okay, cool. So that's that aluminium done. I want to leave that last one for when we have to do aluminium bottles. So that's kind of the plan there. So now I feel like we need to get some more unlocks going. And this is where I kind of wish we had the hub over here. Because now we need to... And we can't... Oh, no. You can only build one. Okay, so we can only build one. It won't let us build a second hub. Okay, that's fine. But effectively, that's going to... Look, that's ramped up our sinks there. That's fine. Okay. I kind of want to leave that running for a bit because we need to let the water sort itself out. So I know how we're looking with that. Because we're still not cleared some of this backlog. Right, why are you guys stopped? You're stopped because you can't get any of your resources out. That's fine. That's because we've just got to wait for this backlog to clear. Okay, And then that will start using more of the copper. That's kind of where that'll go. So that should balance itself. Okay, cool. So, what's next on the agenda other than, you know, filling in the walls? I genuinely think the next thing we want to try and get done, now we've got aluminium, I want to go have a look. We're going to need to get power sorted soon. Ow. Because if we look at this, our production and capacity, I don't know what that dip there was, is, yeah, our max consumption is above that, and I'm not happy with that. I know we're nowhere near using that, but it does mean if somehow everything does get turned on, we would be in trouble, because it would just trip the whole network. We're not in a position to do nuclear yet. Let's sort all of that. Yeah, like this, that's all now starting to flow fully. If we come down here, that's now flowing. These guys should now start flowing fully, because they need to get rid of the... Oh, you're missing coal. How are you missing coal? Are we not bringing in enough coal? Right, that means we need to have a look at the logistics floor, which we have sealed off. Right. Why have we not got enough coal coming in? Because that is an alarm. Right, down one, please. Yeah, that's got no coal on it. Why? Why does that have no coal? Ground floor, please. Right, okay, so this is where... I mean, understandably, that's empty. 71 items a minute. How do we only have 71 items a minute coming in here? Right, okay. I need to go over and have a look at the coal facility we've got around here. Oh, you can see that beginning to drop. Right, okay. What have we got going on in our Mark 1 coal over here? Well, not Mark 1 coal, but what have we got yeah, in the first, the first carriage. Because we're going to need more coal than that going through. That's empty. Why is this empty? Okay, well, I mean, that's filling it. That's from this one. That's a minor Mark 2. Fully overclocked, 300 a minute. Okay. Okay, so you're doing 300 a minute. You're doing 120 a minute. Just deal with that before he becomes a problem. You're dealing 120. So what I'm thinking is we just... Yeah. Put that away. Upgrade that to a Mark 5. We're then going to want a merger on here. On here I'm going to want a splitter. Because, you know, it's backed up, so I may as well put stuff in there. Okay, so that's now got that trying to fill up a bit more. Right, make that a 5. That a 5. That a 5. And then these become both 5s as well. Because we should be able to stuff that line. There we go, that's what I expected. So that's now stopped. Which means that's now going to start having gaps in its line. Okay, that's fine. So if we grab you there, and we feed you up round here. put you on a nice curve as well. So that's now going to start putting extra in as well. Because we just need way more coal going in there than that's actually getting. Okay, I kind of want to see if that one's going to empty out and have a similar situation, which I imagine it will, and if it does, we'll just go and overclock those two. Yeah, so that's going to have that again, so I just want to watch that catch up, and I want to see if that's going to have... start leaving gaps in there as well again. So there we go. Yes, but not that many. Okay. But where they are... where I've got that merger on there, I can't really fit anything extra. So let's just put you up to 300 as well. Though that's 600 a minute, which... So that means that is then at 720. Which means we only need this one to have one. There we go. So that would then be 780. Which means between those three, they'll completely stuff that line, which is what we want to see happen. There we go. So here we got the higher rate coming through. There we go. Alright. Okay. So that's going to hopefully sort that out, and we'll see that fill up a heck of a lot faster. Yeah, so there's our Mark 5. That's because that's going to fill up. So that's going to start buffering, doing the buffer and everything. But that should give us the bits that we need for the aluminium. So, I'm going to wrap up here and say, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions. They will help the channel grow. They help get it out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Thank you very much to my YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated, and please don't forget that as a supporter you do gain access to the save files for any of the open world games I'm currently playing, along with access to any of the blueprints that are used with them, and most importantly for you guys, you get early access to the videos, so you get to see what's going on before anybody else does. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.